gravy.
My line.
Oh, good grief. How about that? I do like to say good grief.
This thing smells so strongly still.
Do you want me to throw them in the wash? I'm afraid that they're gonna bleed or something.
No, I don't care. I just noticed it this time, and it was like, hello.
I don't care. I just noticed that it smells awful.
Shalom, shalom. Welcome back to my aunt's attic.
Wow. It might seem like we just got here, but we've been here because nothing works. Like, why?
Nothing works ever.
The odds are all against us. And you know why? It's because we're not Nepo babies. It's because we're having to build this thing from scratch. Literally.
And by scratch, we mean like every piece of technology we've swapped out with every other piece of technology to try and make it work, and nothing works.
You'd think I would like know something about it by now, but I don't. Like, I can't tell you definitively. I have not learned anything. It's okay.
That's good. You're going to school for this kind of thing, and you don't know any of the technological.
Because like you said, there's no reason for it not to work.
Yeah,
and it just sometimes doesn't work.
Straight up, we're trying to plug in different microphones into a phone, my phone. It works just fine on her iPhone, and it just decides not to show up on mine. It's just for absolutely no reason. It's insane. And it's the frustrating thing is there's no reason for it not to work. Like I said,
right?
There's everything is in order. We have all the correct adapters. It works in one thing, but not. There is no reason for it not to work. And yet,
if anyone's a tech wizard, just come over and help.
Do we need to hire out? And we need to start making money so we can. Yeah, we need to start making money on this so we can hire out and actually have someone professionally do this for us because it is just simply not working. Speaking of what else is not working? Trying to do my taxes, and they've completely. They always say that there's only two things in life are sure: death and taxes. And at this point, take my taxes, give me death, because I'm done. I'm done.
I don't know anything about taxes.
I'm doing them myself. I'm self-employed. And so there's no forms. When you get paid, you have there's the 1099 and then there's the 1040 and there's the Form C and then there's because I'm self-employed, I have to do the Form C, which I don't even know what that is because there is no form. I just get paid and I say, here's what I got paid, and they take more of my money, and I don't know how to. I just don't know what I'm doing. And
you don't have like TurboTax or someone.
I tried to do H&R Block, and I got held up at this one part that was just like, upload this, and I'm like, I'm self-employed, I don't have this, and I couldn't get past
and there's
it. And I was like, I have no idea how to get past this at all.
So dumb.
So I switched back over to the Free Tax USA thing that I was using the last couple of years. But while I was using that, she's my friend, she's like a CPA or whatever it is, but she's not technically my accountant or anything, and I haven't asked her to do it this year because of reasons and the whole other thing. And I was just like, well, I watched her do it before. I feel like I could do it this time. And then I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't know what any of this means. I put in my income, and I'm looking at a $10,000 price tag that I haven't done my deductions or anything yet. I haven't input the fact that I did my quarterly taxes, and so obviously it's not going to be $10,000. But to see a big, bold, red $10,000, it's like, murder me. I would actually prefer someone from the government to just come and snipe me where I sit.
I've never actually had to do any of anything.
Well, that's because you're still an employee. They either already deduct.
But I have to submit. Or I don't know. Every year I get this special form along with my paycheck, and I give it to my mom, and then she takes care of it.
Yeah, it's basically.
And then they say, you owe $112, and I go.
What that is when you get a paycheck, they take
less,
taxes out
right?
of it.
Because I end up owing.
They take less than what you end up owing, yeah.
Right.
So they already take things out of it automatically, which means by time taxes come around, nobody wants to listen to us explain taxes. I'm so sorry.
Actually, let's move on.
No, this is dumb. We'll talk. That's not okay. No, the thing I did want to talk about, and I need to vent about it because apparently it's going to roast me alive from the inside out if I don't talk about it. This is one of those things that I had mentioned in another episode where it's something that I just need to get over. I need to learn how to forgive and forget. But this is something that's like really sitting with me, and it's like stewing. So what was it? The last time we recorded, we were talking about Epic, the musical that I'm totally obsessed with.
Probably the last 2 times, maybe 3 times.
Well, we skipped a week in between, so I feel like I only talked about it once. We skipped my obsession
We
week.
talked about it for a whole episode, though.
Yeah, and then we skipped the next week, so everyone got a break from it. And while I have calmed down, I'm still completely obsessed with it. I have kind of dialed myself back. I forced myself to dial myself back so I don't get too sick of it too quickly. But it is still something that I really, really love. I'm still looking more into it. The composer of it, and I'm going to say his name wrong, sorry, but Jorge Rivera Herranz, he is a genius. He's a musical genius, honestly. Like, everyone always talks about Hamilton and, what's his name? Lin-Manuel Miranda, whatever.
I don't like him.
But Jorge really did a number on these numbers. And just today, I realized that the song Scylla is a mythological creature. This woman was turned into this monster. She now has like 6 eel heads. And if you go through her lair, she's going to end up eating a bunch of your people off of your ship and all that. So she's got 6 heads. And the way he wrote the song is in 6/8 time.
Oh.
So 6 heads, 8 your men. 6/8.
Whoa.
It's those little things, the
Wow.
detail and everything that he puts into it. Is
That's
like,
insane.
those aren't chances. Like, he's actually so intentional about everything. There's different motifs that go along with different characters and everything. We talked about it before. But either way, I'm getting on into a tangent. Why I'm bringing this up is the fact that this is something that I really, really love. I use music and art and movies and different things. Those are what I connect with. Those are what I usually use to kind of connect with other people and express myself, because I'll connect with something, and then I want to show people that I like this thing that I like, to say, like, this is what I mean, this is what I feel. And it's like my way of kind of skirting around talking about my feelings with other people, because nobody wants to do that. So I was telling my mom about it, and I was like, there's this musical, I'm totally in love with it, like, it's so awesome. And she's coming up this weekend as like a pre-Easter thing. And just for time reference, Fuchs, because this is good. Fuchs. For time reference, because this is going to come out who knows when. It is 1 week.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah. Easter is not this Sunday. Today is Wednesday. It's not this Sunday.
What's the date, though? Today's the 9th, right?
It is, yes, April 9th.
That's important.
That's more important. That's easier to know. It's April 9th right now. Easter is like coming up. And instead of Easter weekend, my mom's coming up this weekend. And whether my dad was going to come or not was hit or miss. And so I was like, if my mom comes up by herself, then she can stay with me. You know, just one additional person in my apartment. That's fine. She can stay with me. And I was like, Mom, you got to watch it with me. It's so good. Like, I really would love to show it to you. There's the animatics and everything. Like, it's so good. And I'm like, we're so excited about it. And my mom likes musicals. So it's not like I'm forcing her to do something that's so horrendously out of her scope of interests. But she just shut me down so hard. And it actually, like, it has hurt my feelings to the point where I'm like, I'm going to feel weird about my mom being here. Like, it really hurt my feelings. When I was telling her about it, and I was just like, yeah, I would really like you to watch it, and blah, blah, and she's like, oh, well, you know, if I get bored, then I guess it's just I can scroll on my phone or go to sleep. You know me. And I'm like, this isn't really something that you can, like, it's really awesome. Like, it genuinely, like, it's not a boring musical by any means. Like, every song is actually so awesome. And you're just like, oh, well, maybe you'll move on before I come up. Maybe you'll move on to something else before I come up. I'm like, ugh. I was like, I don't want to move on. I wanted to share something that I love with someone that I love. And I was like, and she just completely shut me down. And like, right now, this is all I want to talk about, because it is everything that my little nerd brain loves. It hits on different history, and it hits on the musical, and just everything. It is quite literally encompasses everything that I love. And she just totally shot me down. And I was like, and then, of course, you know, I start spiraling, and I think of all the other times that I've been a part of something that I really, really love, and my parents have just either not been supportive, they haven't showed up, you know, and it's a constant thing too, because I'm like, anytime I talk about anything that I love, my family has a tendency to just kind of mock me and tease me. And it's like, I know we're a family of jokesters, but at the same time, like, the constant mocking of my interests is like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know what to do with myself anymore, because I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and shut up completely about everything, because I'm really tired of being mocked all the time.
And then later you get why are you being quiet? You're being so quiet. Why don't you want to hang out with us? Why don't you want to see us?
Yeah, I was trying to hang out with you. I was trying to show you something. I was trying to get you to know me a little bit about something that I love.
Right.
And I'm gonna have to just get over it because it's it's just one of those things that it's like they don't realize how much it hurts, and it's like, but there's probably been times where maybe I've shut my mom down when she's trying to tell me something, but it's like, I don't know. This one really hurt. This one hurt, and it's getting to me. And then on top of that, taxes to make me even more miserable. So I'm not having a very fun time.
Sorry.
But then, do you guys wanna, how's your week? It's your turn. Your turn. Your turn.
All right. I've got something that I need help with.
You know I'm all over that. I am the guru of advice. I know everything, all things, all the time. I am your person. I am an
fear
actual
that you
therapist.
may cower when I ask you when I tell you what the thing is I need help on, but
Bring it.
and this is not in stone. I'm just seeing what happens.
Are you moving to Ohio?
No.
Okay, then that's fine.
But kind of adjacent.
Oh no.
Again, not in stone. Don't ask questions. I've been applying to RIT. Don't ask questions.
Okay.
I'm filling out this application. You have to make a video in sign language. Do you know
this? Oh no.
You have to make a video in sign language. There are 5 questions, and you have to make a 5-minute video. Here are the questions.
Oh boy.
Number 1. Talk about your family. Who do you live with? Where do you live?
Okay.
Okay.
Straightforward. All
Okay.
right.
Number 2. You're sitting in a room. Remember those pictures we used to get? You're sitting in a living
Yeah.
room. You're sitting in this chair. Describe the items around you. There's a painting. There's 2 plants. There's a lamp. There's 2 couches. A table.
Okay. So they're getting
Okay.
the broad scope of your ability.
I remember
to
how to
adapt
do that. I remember that lesson. Number 3. Describe this mug in texture and color.
No. That
Also,
was the hardest.
I don't know what I'm doing. Did
was
we
so
learn how to
hard.
do that?
We did, but it was so hard that our teachers were just like, you guys are hopeless. We're moving on.
Also, the ugliest mug I've ever seen in my life. It's this awful handmade, like, it's got 3 rows on it, 3 tiers, but they're like kind of skirted, like pleated around the top, like pinch potted around the top of each layer, and it's like various like ugly shades of green with different texture on each layer. Okay. Fine.
No.
Number 4. Tell about an unforgettable experience.
That's
Okay.
broad.
Number 5.
I saw someone get hit by a car once.
I killed someone with this thumb. Number 5. What ASL classes are you taking right now? What have you taken? What do you plan to take in the future? All of that in 5 minutes, though. That's a lot.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's a lot. They want you to wait 5 seconds at the beginning and at the end.
So
You
it's
have
not
to
5
sign your-
minutes, it's 5
Right.
or it's 4 minutes.
You have to
and-
sign your name at the beginning, which whatever. But I'm just saying, like, these things are taking out of the time. And then there's the list of all the rules that you have to follow when you record this video. And one of them I just like stared at for a while, which was do not prepare ahead of time. You can take notes. You may refer to them. Do not read them, is what it says verbatim. What does that mean? What does it mean to refer to your notes but not read the notes? What does that mean?
Well, I think it's like one of those that you can have a slide, but you're not supposed to look at the slide and read it.
How do I look
Oh,
at my
wait.
notes without reading my notes?
But you're signing. So how can they tell that you're reading it? Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Listen, I get that there's a difference between glancing at my notes for the next question and straight up like reading off of them.
Yeah.
But you do have to read them to glance at them. You have to read words, right?
See, the whole video submission thing would immediately, nope, not happening.
I know that's where I've been for the past week and a half. But there's this whole list, and I'm like, I can't even complete it in my own home because like the background has to be contrasting with your skin tone. Your outfit has to be contrasting with your skin tone. Your hair has to be behind your shoulders. No piercings, no nail polish, no long nails, no sounds in the background. The camera can't move. The video has to be from your waist to 2 inches above your head. You can't move. Don't sway.
Do they get any applicants? Because this is all just like, nope, not doing that. Not doing
but
that.
another question I had is
You should
like,
do everything that they say not to. See how far you
I
get.
was like, I'm entering as a student who has taken 2 years more of sign language classes? What about people who have never? Like, because you can just go in as a freshman, right?
No.
You can't go in like raw. Like never having taken sign
Are
language
you
before?
like the interpreting program?
Yeah, you need to have taken sign language before.
Well, the interpreting program is a secondary level thing. I mean, you can probably go into RIT as a freshman and begin ASL, but it's not the interpreting
I
program.
got you.
So if you're applying specifically to the interpreting, they already expect you to have well
okay,
advanced.
I see. Well, either way, my question is, well, that wasn't even my question. I really want to ask you how you would sign about this mug because I just am clueless about it.
Well, I would
But-
have to see it first.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's ugly. But my question is, should I, because I could like go take this video right now and like it'll be okay. Is the point to blow them away, or is the point for them to gauge like where I would be if I go there? You know what I mean? Like, because I could like very clearly pick out like what lessons, like what chapters, what levels we learned each of these things in. Are they thinking like, okay, she took level 2, I can tell based off of how she answered this question? Or is it all or nothing? Like either you've answered all these questions and you've blown us away, or you're not in. You know what I mean?
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
Yeah. It would be hard because obviously you're going into an interpreting program. So like I said, they already need you to have a foundation in it.
Yeah.
But I guess it would be one of those things to gauge whether or not you're stuck on English or you can actually do it like ASL.
Right. That's what it says. It says like, don't prepare. We want to see your natural ASL skills or something.
And that's actually a really good point too, because if you're interpreting, you're not
Right.
prepared. This is all right off the bat. You don't know what you're getting unless it's already like a pre-scripted thing. But that's a really good question. I would honestly, I would probably have both. Do your unscripted, just kind of unprompted, here you go, and then practice a little bit more, and then have one that's like blows people away and is like totally dead on, and then compare the two, just watch them back and be like, which one's better? Send them both, see how far you get.
Send them both.
Yeah. Put a wig on or
Ugh.
something.
And you have to write an essay as well.
Oh,
I know.
I'm impressed that you're even bothering. I'm immediately like, no, no,
I just
no.
want to see. I just want to see what happens.
It's the same thing nowadays. People are trying to apply for jobs and they're saying, oh, help us wanted. And that, people are hurting for jobs and they need these, or I'm sorry, employers need employees so bad. But then you have to get online. It's an online application. You have to fill everything out. And then you also have to put it in a resume. It's just like, why did I bother filling everything out?
Yeah, what is with those websites that like have you answer all of the questions that you
And it's
answer
just-
in a resume, and then they ask for your resume?
And then on top of that, if you send in a resume, they're just like, I saw someone said that they were applying for a job. They sent in their resume, but then they said that we need a cover letter. It is the year of our Lord 2025.
I had to help my mom make a cover letter a few months
We don't do
ago.
cover letters anymore. That's not a thing that
It's
happens.
just a written out version of your resume. It's so
Yeah.
stupid.
And the whole thing, I've always questioned resumes because they're just like, make it look good, like physically attractive. I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
The whole
Either
thing.
you're qualified or you're not. And they're just like, well, you have to make it eye-catching. If people are applying, it is your job as an employer to actually read all of the, it doesn't matter how pretty it is. You need to read all of your applicants. Like,
Unless you're applying for like a graphic design.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Make it look good. I'm like, the audacity.
But I will say that it is unfortunately so true because
Yeah.
I have a killer resume and it kills every time.
I think I've always thought that was like the dumbest
No,
thing
I agree.
ever.
They say don't judge a book by its cover, but we will judge this piece of paper.
Because if you
We'll
move a
judge your
thing,
entire personality.
if you move a thing like a fraction of a
Forget
centimeter
it.
in Word and it just launches everything into obscurity.
Did you see that TikTok?
Yeah, with the furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually so good.
That's exactly it. And I have no patience for that kind of thing. I'm so glad I'm self-employed other than when tax season comes around, because then I'm just like, murder me, please, murder. I volunteer as the first tribute to die. Ugh.
So,
In other news.
oh gosh.
I left the best for last. I'm sorry. I'm messing with my hair. My hair looks like absolute garbage today. I'm on
Yeah, it's
I'm
very
on
good.
day 2. The amount of product in
It's
my
very
hair.
bombshell.
It's a bomb, as in the amount of chemicals in my hair, ready to absolutely blow up. Don't get too close with a lighter.
I really need a haircut, but I'm too afraid. I want like a real good haircut. Like I want to go get like to a
I got a good one.
salon.
I got a good girl.
I've always gone to Supercuts.
Girl,
I know, but I want a good haircut this time. But I'm too afraid. I
No,
don't trust anybody.
you got to come to my girl. She
But
has never
I'm
failed.
nervous.
She's never failed. She knows what's up. I literally
No,
go in. I'm like,
know,
hey,
but I'm
I kind
scared.
of want this general, but you have fun. You do whatever you want, and it comes out amazing every time.
I can say that to her.
What? Do
Because-
whatever you want, and
Yeah,
because
because they've never let me do that. Like any place and even like my mom has brought me to a woman.
okay, she won't do
salon.
whatever. Like you can't
No,
just
but like I always want their opinion, and they always refuse it.
oh no, she
Like every time, even if it's something so basic, where I'm like, I don't know, just something so simple. They're like, "Do you want like a little layering on the bottom?" I'm like, I don't know, honestly. What do you think? And they'll be like, well, it's your decision, so I don't know.
No,
And
she'll
I'm
say-
like, I'm just stupid. I don't have an eye for it.
I'm getting my hair cut next week, and I'm actually gonna ask her what she thinks about if I got curtain bangs.
I'm considering the same thing,
So I'm
but
gonna,
not super high up, like lower ones. But yeah,
No, like the kind of like the across the cheekbone.
no, I'm
because right
considering
now
the
my
same,
bangs,
but I'm too afraid.
my face framing bangs and everything usually start at the chin, and that's
Oh,
supposed
that's kind
to,
of what I mean. Yeah,
that's supposed to help elongate round faces, which I have a basketball head. So that's, but I'm going to ask her about curtain bangs and everything just because I want more dramatic layers and everything. And
Yeah.
she's really good about it. My color and the cut and everything. She's like, oh yeah, I think this is going to be great for you. I think we can do this, this, and this.
I need that in my life. No one will give me their opinion.
She won't, like, if you were walking and you just say, do whatever you want. No, she still
No,
wants
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
a direction.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But
But
we-
like sometimes I just want an opinion.
Yeah, no, she's pretty good about that. I absolutely love her. She's a dear friend of mine.
Like
love
I
her.
want an opinion because like my hair is pretty thin,
But you have a lot of it.
I guess. And I have layers. And I like them, but I feel like the like longer part always looks like sparse.
You don't have thin hair. You have maybe fine hair.
Fine.
Had to get
No
one in there.
shame in that one.
Had
You
to
didn't
get that one.
even pull away.
I,
when
like,
it was
full
making
on,
its
like-
way up.
Yeah.
But I want to ask. I'm like, should I keep getting layers? I like getting like a U in the back. I
Mhm.
really enjoy that. But I'm like, I don't know if I should like keep getting layers because like I like them. I like that it makes it look more interesting, but I feel like it looks like that it makes my ends look dead because they're just like sparse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they look like
That also,
stragglies.
you gotta. It's the way you shape it.
I just air dry it.
Yeah. So you gotta actually do something with. When you have layers, you gotta do something with them
Okay,
to
then
get
I'm
them
gonna
to.
stop getting layers.
Yeah. Oh.
Why?
I love layers.
You like layers?
I like layers.
Well, then maybe I just need. Like,
I want more
less.
layers. I want all the layers. I need
I've never really loved them.
big
mean,
bold layers.
I had a question for you. You know how we were talking about like the way you first meet someone, that hair color is the way you always think of them?
Yeah.
You met me when I had like my maroon.
Yeah. No, straight up, I still think your
Are
hair
you
is red.
serious?
I straight up like
Oh my god, that's not
If
the answer
someone-
I expected.
no, 100%. If someone walked up to me like, describe me your grace, like, oh yeah, she's got like auburn kind of maroon hair. Like, no, 100%. Like,
It's not.
it's not at all.
At
but
all.
it's my brain just
Wow,
registers
that's
it.
actually so funny. I did not expect that. No, because I asked my coworker who also met me at the same time. I was like, "Do you think of me as having like that red hair?" And he's like, "No, you have brown hair." Yeah. Right.
I always like no, your hair is brown, but I always
Brown.
always associate it just it's the lighting. When she actually gets out into normal lighting, it'll be red.
It's not.
And it's not.
That's so funny.
My brain attaches to one thing and that's
Wow.
it. You're done. You're stuck.
I did love that.
You did look really good with it.
It was so fun.
It was great. Yeah.
I felt so cool walking around OCC. I was like, I'm so different.
Oh,
I would
sure,
do it again
sure.
if it like red is just the worst. It just stays forever.
Yeah. Yeah. But it looks good. So I mean,
it was so fun.
at least you get your money's worth out of it.
for sure.
Um,
Okay, don't convince me. I don't need another thing right now.
I made a friend.
Another one?
Your eyes got so big.
Am I out yet? When am
No.
I out?
No.
Am I on the chopping block?
No. Because
Who's on the chopping block? Someone has to be chopped.
no one's chopped.
You have like 7 or 8 now.
No, I still only have 4. One is not
Come on, let's count
established.
them.
I have 3.5, but no one's on the chopping block because this is a guy. Her eyes.
Oh my gosh.
So I hope he doesn't mind that I talk about this. I literally just met him.
And you don't hate him?
No, not at all. Not at all. We've had a grand total of 2 conversations, so we'll see where it goes. I genuinely hope you're okay with the fact that I'm talking about this. I won't drop his name or anything because I don't have that permission. But I was at Barnes & Noble, and I had done my Bible study or whatever, finished up. I was reading the Iliad, and so my Bible and the other book I use were set off to the side, but the spine of which was facing out towards the rest of the cafe, and I guess he was sitting across from me somewhere or whatever, and he had seen it. And he comes up to me and he just says, hey, I saw that you're reading that. That's really awesome that, you're bold enough to do that in public. Not many people do that nowadays. It's really awesome. And so he just kind of started to ask me a few questions about it and everything. And they were like deep enough questions that I'm like, do you want to sit down and like have a conversation about this? He had to run because he was actually had a test that he had to get to. So he couldn't stay for very long, but just like a quick little conversation. And he was just like, I'd really like to talk about this more. Can I get your number? And my stupid little brain was just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, for sure.
Stupid brain. A faith-based friend. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. No. So I gave him my number. And like I said, it has happened before. I don't recognize what was potentially happening. And so afterwards, I started freaking out. I go back to my aunt's house and like, what have I done? I'm misleading it. And this was really bothering me because I had already hurt another guy previously, and we've talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
I hurt another guy unintentionally misleading him just because I didn't yet know that dating was not my thing. And I was trying so hard to fall in love with him. He's such a great guy. I couldn't get myself to do it, and we had to let it go. And I really hurt him, and I didn't want that to happen to this guy. And so I'm not much of a texter. If
you
we
were
text,
misspelling everything last night. I was like, she must be really angry.
I was so pissed. I was so irritated.
Did you say like it's really pissing me off, but it said ousing?
Yeah,
it's really ousing me
and
off.
I could not even be bothered to like send another
correction text. I was like in my bed and I was like, Danielle's really angry.
I was so pissed. I was fuming.
Sorry,
dude.
I shouldn't have even said anything.
No, but I'm not, other than like the quick like need to update somebody on something, or we need to set plans. Here's this time, meet here. Other than that, I do not have conversations over text. It does not happen. I cannot stand it.
Right.
And so I just straight up told him, I was just like, yeah, you can have my number, but I'm not much of a texter. And he's like, yeah, I'm more of a phone call. And I'm like, I'm not much of a phone call person either. I'm pretty much basically in person or nothing. So whatever. He took it as it is. And then I was freaking out about it. I went to my aunt. I was just like, what if he gets the wrong impression? What do I say? How do I make sure he knows? Like, and so I ended up texting him. I was just like, hey, I hope we can talk again soon. It was really great meeting and talking with you. I just need you to know that like I can only offer friendship. If I hated to give the impression that there, by giving you my number, that if there's anything more, I can't do that. I would really, really love to get to know you and become friends on the merit of like faith, connection there and everything. It was really great. And he was just like, yeah, absolutely. That's totally fine. I came up to you because you were like really bold in your faith, and that's great to see. And I don't want to push you into anything you're not ready for. And I would absolutely still love to talk. And can we talk tomorrow at this time? And I was like, oh no, I have to have a phone call. Like, But he did. He called me and we ended up talking for an hour and a half.
That's as long as we do our podcast.
Yeah. I talked to this guy for an hour and a half. Great conversation. And I had been worried. I was telling my aunt, and we've talked about it before, that when you're meeting somebody and you're getting to know someone, the interview style conversation makes me want to shoot myself in the face.
Right.
What's your favorite color? It's this. What's your favorite color? It's this. Do you like to travel? I like to travel. Do you like to travel? Please, oh my God. One person presents a question and you both start pouring into it. There should not be a follow-up question of the exact same thing. Like, no, you just go for it. And so I was really worried that it was going to end up being like an awkward, interview style thing. And it wasn't at all. It was just great conversation, talking to each other as friends and just really going for it. The frustrating part about it is that if I wasn't such a freak of nature, this would have been the cutest meet and greet. Like, this would have been the start of something fantastic because that's this. Okay. I'm
Why
29.
is he good?
I'm 29. Guess how old he is?
29.
He's 29.
Holy, what test is he in school?
Real estate. A real estate agent. He's becoming a real estate agent. And my age, he lives a little bit out, a little bit further, but like that's no problem because he's a real estate agent. He can figure it out. And also, I'm trying to move, and it's just like I said, every part of this was so perfect to set up an amazing opportunity for a great relationship. But I have to be a freak, and I'm like, I can't do that. But I can be great friends with you. And so he is out of town this week, and he said, hopefully we can get together next weekend. But I made a new friend, so let's see how long I can maintain it.
Cool.
Great guy.
Dang,
so
I
far.
have to meet him sometime if you guys are still friends.
If we're still friends, if I can keep it together long enough to establish something.
We'll see.
So, but yeah, that was the good part of this week.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's such great news.
It was a good time. And yeah, I want to go to Barnes & Noble today after this, but I don't know what time it is. I got church tonight.
No clue what time it is.
It is almost 5 o'clock already. I've got church at 7:30.
Holy moly.
I want my tea though. I hate today.
So yeah, I had a bad day yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Well, I have to make a 2-minute like short film for a class. And I like putting my friends in it, in the films and in the stuff that I've been doing. I don't like being in stuff. I like being behind the camera kind of thing. So I've been having my friends be in them, and so I asked my friends to be in this one, and just trying to coordinate with everybody. It's hard because like I wrote a script that I really like, but it takes place like in the morning, kind of in the day, in like the school day. Well, I go to school, they go to school, so it's like trying to coordinate a time where it's still daylight, but it's after school. We have to go to Cortland because I wrote it taking place at a school. Well, I can't use their high school because I'm registered. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Because I wouldn't even bother, honestly. So I'm going to take them to Cortland to film it. Hopefully it's still daylight, I was trying, I don't know, I'm just trying to coordinate it. And then they, one of them works at night, so it's like, I was just getting frustrated because it wasn't working out, but it'll work out. I'm going to, go ahead.
No, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, sorry.
No, I'm going to go to an RIT open house next Friday.
I was going to ask, do you handle stress well?
I usually, yeah, but last night, so I swear every, like clockwork, and here's why. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I get like, I would call it a headache. It might be like borderlining a migraine, honestly, because I'm staring at a screen all day. So when I work on Saturdays, I'm literally staring at the computer all day. Tuesday and Thursday are my long days at school. And I just stare at a computer all day, and it gives me a really bad headache. So I get home, and I always feel like I just need to eat, and then I eat, and then I'm miserable, and I still have a headache. So then I just like try to sleep it off, and I wake up, and then I couldn't get this to work out, and so I still had a headache, and I was like, I was just grumpy, and then Eric was messing with me. And have you seen that video of that little boy who is meeting his like newborn baby sibling for the first time? And they go, "This is your baby sister," and he goes, "I don't care. I don't care." Have you seen that?
No, I don't think so.
So funny. He's like, "Don't care." So I was like upset about the situation, and everybody's trying to like present me with like different solutions, and none of it's working. And I'm like, this is so dumb. And Eric's like, "Don't care." And I'm like, I was gonna actually start crying, so I just had to like start shoving food in my face so I wouldn't cry.
That's actually something I just talked about with my aunt, because my uncle is a complete jokester. Every word that comes out of his mouth is a joke of some sort. And that is actually what drew my aunt to my uncle and the rest of my family, because the entire DeNoble family are all jokesters.
Yeah.
And I am not. I am actually really straightforward, really analytical, scientific. Like, I am so boringly serious at most times. And that's what I prefer. I like to have a really good, solid, deep conversation. I don't want to joke all the time. And especially with a family of jokesters, it's constant and it is exhausting. And so I told my aunt, I was just like, I want more serious friends. Like, and I meet this guy, and I'm just like, I can actually have a conversation with him, like actually legitimate. and it wasn't just jokes all the time.
Yeah.
It was so refreshing.
Refreshmenting.
And but yeah, my time for bed. We're done. Goodbye. No, my aunt said that is what drew her to my uncle, because she comes from a very serious family and she wanted something new. And that's what most people say is like, oh, what are you looking for in a spouse? Like, oh, they got to have a good sense of humor. I'm like, no, I hope they are an absolute stick in the mud. I hope they are a complete intellectual that has no sense of humor, dry as a freaking bone.
Wow.
Like, that's what I want. Not that I want anything at all, but if I did.
Right. Because you would compliment each other well, and yeah.
I thrive off of like really good, deep conversations.
Yeah.
And my family is incapable of doing that.
I watched a movie the other day.
Heyo.
For class, though. I had to watch it.
What was it?
But it's actually probably my new favorite movie.
What?
Good Will Hunting.
I just nearly ate the microphone.
That hurt my ears.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right.
That is my number one favorite movie.
Really?
Oh my God, I love that movie so much.
I love it so much.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I know. It's not your fault.
You know what's funny is there's a song that I have liked for a while now, and it's called Good Will Hunting Song, and one of the
Angelus?
No, it's
Sam Smith?
It's by Honey.
Oh.
But there's this whole part where it goes, but it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And I didn't get the reference until...
I love that movie.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Do you know about the backstory of it?
Oh yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
Of course I do. Okay, so for those who don't know, Good Will Hunting has Robin Williams, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck in it when they're just little babies. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon actually wrote it and produced it and everything. It was originally supposed to be an action movie, but it turned into a very straightforward, very deep, very emotional, I guess kind of coming of age and coming into yourself a little bit and oh God, it is so stinking good. But yeah, when they were writing it, it was supposed to be this epic action film. And then when they presented the idea of it, they were just like, yo, stick to what's important, and then dialed back to what it is now. And obviously they wrote and produced and starred in it and everything. It was, it's so good. And there's the one scene when they're in therapy together, and Robin Williams, it was totally ad-libbed. He was telling...
apparently everything Robin Williams said in that movie was...
In most movies that he does.
That's
in most of them.
insane.
Yeah. They just let him go and...
How?
Yeah. So the one scene that they're doing therapy, and he is telling Matt Damon's character about his wife, and that she would wake herself up in the middle of the night by farting, and the camera is shaking because the cameraman was laughing. Oh my gosh. I
thought it wasn't going to be as noticeable. It's literally bouncing.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And it's just... That was true laughter on everyone's front. It's just so unbelievably good. And Club of Baby Seal. He's in an interview to get a job and everything, and he goes on this big monologue and everything about just like what would it be like if I were to work with this company. He goes on this big spiel, and towards the end of it, he's just like, I'll take my buddy's job, I'll shoot him in the ass, and I'll club a baby seal. And he just does all these different things. It's like, oh my God, I love it. Oh, but when they're in the park.
Yeah,
and
we
Robin Williams just
that scene.
Oh, yeah. He just puts Matt Damon in his place.
Well, we watched it because it's remarkable how long the camera is just one shot before it breaks back to Matt Damon. It's literally Robin Williams for almost 2 whole minutes, which is so rare in a film because you cannot keep people's attention that long on one shot.
Yeah, but it's because of what he was saying was so unbelievably profound.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that they wanted to be in it even though they were not big actors at all.
Oh yeah, that was like one of their first movies that they No, and it is to this day will always be one of my absolute favorite movies.
Yeah, cuz they were originally going to put Leonardo DiCaprio and somebody else.
Yeah.
And they wanted to be in it themselves.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it's, oh my gosh.
And Skylar is named after Matt Damon's real life girlfriend at the time, Skylar.
Minnie Driver is everything to me. I love her so much.
I don't know.
How dare you?
I honestly thought her accent was fake. It's real, isn't it?
It's real.
I thought it was fake.
No.
I don't know. I'm not sure on her yet.
I love her.
I thought she just looked a lot older than him. And so I wasn't really buying it.
She's young.
But in the movie, I thought she could be like...
She just has a mature face. She's just one
but
of those
he
people
looks like a baby.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
he looks like he
was.
could be 17 in that movie, and she
He's a
looks like
baby.
she's like 27.
Yeah, she was in the first time I ever saw Minnie
I
Driver
never
was
seen her in
actually
anything else.
in Ella Enchanted.
Oh, I did see that she was in that.
Yeah, she's in Ella Enchanted. She's also in Phantom of the Opera.
Oh,
She plays La. I ain't
For sure.
French, folks. La Carlotta. No. Okay.
don't know.
The prima donna. No. Okay.
I forget.
Bring my doggy. Where my doggy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bring me my doggy. But yeah, I absolutely adore her. She's
That's
fantastic.
such a good movie, though.
I'm so glad you liked it. Oh,
I
that
really
makes me
liked
so
it.
happy.
You know what my professor did, which I love? This professor that I love, he just pays such attention to detail. The first day that we were about to watch it, he brought in like a DVD player with the DVD, and he's like, scrambling to get it set up. And he's like, guys, how much time do I have? How much time do I have? And they're like, you got a minute. And he's like scrambling, He gets it started. And the reason that he does that is because class ends at the exact moment that Robin Williams says, time's up for their first appointment. So he says, time's up, and then class is over. And then he pauses it, and then the next day we watched the rest.
It's brilliant.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It was so cool.
What? Also, another line that I believe that Robin Williams ad-libbed
All of
was at the
them.
very end. What's the exact line?
I got
though?
to go see About a Girl. That one?
Little shit stole my line.
Oh, yeah.
That was ad-libbed. I think,
Yeah.
what, is that the line?
No,
Does he say
well,
that?
I got to see About a Girl was ad-libbed, and then they added the note in after the fact, and then
he ad-libbed
again.
This is so brilliant.
Gosh, he's insane.
But the whole story about like the baseball and the home run, he was like,
Yes.
I don't know, I wasn't there. I was in the bar with a girl. You missed his home run. Oh man,
What kind of friends?
What kind of
Did
friends
you
were
miss
like? Oh no, they knew. Oh, that's such a
Slid
good.
my ticket across the table. I said, I got to go see About a Girl.
Gotta say about girl. So good. And if you don't cry during the "It's Not Your Fault" scene, you
Right.
have no soul, man. Oh, another movie that if you don't cry, you have no soul is Steel Magnolias. What is it? What did she say? I can run to California and back, but my daughter never could. But my daughter can't. She never could because reasons. It's the funeral scene.
I never seen it. I don't know what we're talking about.
Millennium missed the chance of a lifetime to take a whack at Weezer. I love the movie.
What?
Yeah. You know what they say? If you ain't got nothing nice to say, come sit by me. No? You've never
No,
seen
I've
this?
never seen this.
It is the movie. It's just
Is it
about
real?
life. It's got Dolly Parton and and I'm blanking on all of their names. Julia Roberts. There we go. What is her name? Oh, she's so famous. She plays Malin. I don't know. I can't remember her name. She's super famous, and shame on me for not being able. But it's just about life and everything, and there's so many iconic lines. It looks like two pigs wrestling on a blanket. Oh, so fantastic. Just, I could
love
quote so
Good
many
Will
of
Hunting.
those. Yeah, good times. Well, that's good. I also was just watching TikToks, and someone was commenting on the best glow up that's ever happened was Hiccup in the How to Train Your Dragon movies. I was like, yeah, I need those movies. I'm on a hunt for all like my favorite like Disney and kids shows, movies, and everything. And How to Train Your Dragon is definitely one that I need.
Hmm.
What
We
time
should
are
go
we at?
to another 43.
Okay.
We should go to another like DVD place sometime.
DVD hunting.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I absolutely.
When I broke
My
my
only thing
toe.
is because of the nature of the movies that I want. They're all older. They're all silly kid movies. I don't want to pay full price for them. So there are definitely. I need to go to used places. We need to go antiquing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I was so annoyed because my aunt said that there was a whole bunch of movies at the big yard sale. I can hear this becoming boring.
Sorry. I love yard sales though.
My thing is, I love yard sales, but my anxiety goes through the roof.
Well, I don't like
going
when
to
people
them.
are watching me walk around their yard at their like
That's why I don't do
old
craft
stuff.
fairs. My friend was in
Oh
it.
yeah, that's tough. That's really tough.
She was in a craft fair, her first one this past, couple weeks ago or whatever. And I wanted to go support her, so I go see her, and all these craft little booths are jam-packed into this, what was supposed to be a restaurant, and it was jam-packed in there, and everyone's...
As far as they know, I didn't sneeze. They can't hear it.
Yeah, that's gonna be edited out. Whatever. But everyone's on top of each other, and then the people who are hosting the booth, they're sitting right behind it, watching
just
you
like-
look at their stuff.
And then I hate when they tell you about like how long it took them and the freaking labor that they put into it, and
then you're
just
like, oh,
wow.
and then you walk away. Just
and
like,
then you're like, means nothing to me. Bye.
I was looking at this one booth that had actually a lot of really cool like hand carved maps and like shadow boxes and everything. They were really, really cool. I probably would have bought one had I had more time to like think about it and look at and decide. She was standing there like a sentinel, standing up, hands behind her back, scanning the area. And I'm like, I need to
I'm
leave
sure that they
immediately.
do that so that people are not stealing, but
No, I think she was just zoned out
maybe
because she sat down like a few minutes later, but I had
like
already
those lifeguards.
Yes. Yeah. But I had already, my anxiety was through the roof. Like, I gotta go. There's a lot of cool stuff here, but I've got to go. I don't like being watched. And I also feel like at yard sales, you're being watched because they're just sitting there waiting for you to finish up so they can, cash you out, whatever. And they're just, I hate it. I hate being watched. I hate being looked at. My job is so fantastic because I force people to close their eyes. I have like hot towels and everything. I put one over their eyes. I'm like, you don't get to look at anything. Nope.
I've got a question. You remember when I broke my arm? Well, when I thought I broke my arm over a year ago now?
Yeah.
I've got like chunky muscle in there now.
Yep.
What do I do about that?
Massage it.
Really? It hurts so bad. Have I had an update on my arm since I
didn't know there was any updates to be had.
It hurts all the time.
Oh, good. Oh, so good.
And I'm like, okay, well, if I broke it then it's probably like healed wrong, and I'd rather not like have to have it like rebroken.
No, if it's functioning and everything, it's
functioning. It just hurts all the time.
You might have just fractured it a little bit. Like I
sure.
still feel my arm when I broke it at 16. I mean, I had surgery. There's a plate and 6 screws and everything. I still, when it gets like really cold, really rainy and everything, I still feel all 3 of the breaks. I feel the breaks in my bones.
Like when I go to school and I cannot put my arm on a desk like this because it just aches like crazy and like right here.
Yeah.
No, I never can do it anymore. Like, or if I like want to put my hand on the desk, like, and I gotta go like that. It's just nasty, man.
No, I constantly
So
feel
annoying.
the aches. Obviously, my bone is healed, but it's one of those things.
So it's healed, but my life just sucks now.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Welcome to the club.
Dang it.
Yeah.
That was so funny when I did that.
Well, I love the fact that we went to Hobby Lobby right after it happened, and you're just walking around with like half broken arm.
We didn't record that day, did we? We just like met up to go to Hobby Lobby, or met up at Hobby Lobby.
Yes, maybe.
Was it on my way there that I fell down the stairs?
I think so, because the first thing you did, we're walking around and you were
So
like,
it was so
you want to hear
fresh.
this thing? You want to hear about this thing I just did?
I just slipped down my stairs, and it's not even the first time I've done it. When I was at OCC in the morning going to school, I fell down the stairs, and I just like slid on my. Okay, so I had like biker shorts on. I don't remember if I slept in them or if I was like wearing something that I
Nasty.
Why? For sleeping in them?
Just show up to whatever you're sleeping in?
No. I was just walking around the house in the morning. I think I was
okay.
coming down to like have a breakfast or.
I thought you meant at school.
No,
You were still
no,
wearing your
no.
sleepwear. Like, what?
No, gosh, no. I don't remember if like I was gonna be wearing them under like a romper or something.
Okay, I got you.
I was not ready yet by any means, but I was walking around the house, and I fell, and because I was wearing these slippery shorts, I just slid on my butt. Literally could not stop myself until I got down, and I just like was hitting my back on every step. And so I get in. I don't know why I felt the need to also tell my professor this, but he's like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "I fell down my stairs this morning." And I like, as if it had just happened. I'm like, I don't know what happened. He's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that." Like, I am like, honestly wish I didn't say that, because like, what did I want him to say? I don't know. I think I was still in shock myself. But I felt the need to tell my professor.
That's like someone coming into your store like, "Oh, how are you doing?" I'm getting a divorce.
Right. I fell down my stairs this
Like,
morning.
what do you do with that?
I don't know why I like, you know me. I normally am so against like actually telling someone how I'm doing, but I
I
did.
needed that laugh. Oh gosh.
I did tell him how I was doing.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't
and
tell anybody.
I regret it. So don't do that.
I don't tell anybody other than anybody who watches this, the whole world, whatever, how I feel, just because I'm like, I don't need to traumatize other people further.
Right.
But it's like, you chose to be here, so this is your fault if you're listening.
Yeah.
That made me laugh. Oh. No, wait. What is the thrill of hurting people? Like, why not hurting people? Okay, my brain, no, that's not, no. Why is people falling and getting hurt?
Oh,
Well, okay, you know what?
I
Not
don't
getting
have
hurt.
that, so I don't know. I can't answer the question for you.
But people laugh when people fall down and everything. Now,
Sometimes.
if someone is actually genuinely hurt, no, it stops being funny. But what is so funny about people falling down? Like, why?
I don't
is
think
that
I can
funny?
answer. I honestly don't have that a lot.
Like, I don't know.
It has to be very minor. Like when you fell into the blackboard the one time, the chalkboard. That was funny.
Okay, the
I think it was funny because you fell like 3 times separately. Like you just kept falling. Yo, wait, I forgot to tell this story. When I was in Brooklyn 2 or 3 weeks ago when I went to Brooklyn, we just came home from the concert. So I was like tired, whatever. I had plugged in my phone. So there was a wire on the ground from the wall to on the bed, right? My phone was on the bed. Well, I went to go get in my bed and my foot went under the wire. So I just went to like, put it over the wire and then step over the wire. But I just kept lifting the wire higher and higher. And I proceed to just tip with one leg up. So I'm on one leg and I'm tipping forward into the bedside table. Also, full cup of water in my hand, full lamp on the bedside table. I collide with the lamp and the table. The cup of water goes flying. And my sister, my mom are in the other room. They just hear this big crash. And I'm like, I'm okay. I fell into the bedside table. They don't care. They didn't care. But it just like happened in slow motion. I'm like, what was wrong with me in that moment? That I like kept trying to pick my foot up over the wire. And as it's not happening,
I can picture
as
it.
it's not happening, I just start tipping.
Oh,
Full water in my hand.
that reminds me of, I still to this day crack up about it. I'm half laughing about this. Me and my aunt went to the movie tavern to,
Oh, yeah, I love this story.
and so the movie tavern, I definitely did tell this on here before. I'm going to tell it again because it's great. Movie tavern used to be a place where you could actually get food service at your chair.
Now it just sucks.
Now it just sucks. Ever since COVID did it.
I'm
in my
going
opinion.
on Saturday and I don't really want to.
It's the only place we ever go see movies anymore because the seats recline. They
Yeah.
have footrest and everything. But anyway, they used to be able to serve food, but they don't do that anymore. But the trays that were sitting over top of the seats are still there. And my aunt had gone. There's not at the seat anymore, but you can still go to like the restaurant. You can get drinks and whatever. And she went to go get some waters, and she was coming back, and her purse must have gotten hooked on one of the trays because it completely sent her off balance, and she's got two cups of water in her hand.
That's terrible.
She has no way to catch her balance. She fell like for 10 seconds because she's like trying to stumble her way into balancing again. And
That's
didn't
terrible.
work. And everything. She goes down. The water sprays everywhere.
That's so funny. Aww.
There's 2 people in front of us. Both elderly people.
Of course.
And the guy had a broken arm. He was so chivalrous. He was ready to jump up over his seat to come in back and help and pick up my aunt while his arm is in a sling.
Aww.
They jump out of their seats and they're like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?"
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's awful. That's terrible.
Oh, I still laugh about it this day. If I start chuckling out of absolutely nowhere, my aunt is just
You
like, "Are you
should have
thinking
asked
about
the
it?" And I'm
theater
like,
for that footage.
oh my gosh, yeah, my aunt knows if I'm laughing out of nowhere,
Oh
it's
my
I'm laughing
God.
at her.
You got big tears. Holy moly, those are the biggest tears I've ever seen. Wow.
Oh my
Falling.
god.
Falling
Oh,
is
that was so
I
funny.
actually Sorry for my foot. You see the bruise from
Got
when
your
I fell
dogs
into the-
out?
Oh no, this is actually not from the bedside table.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I
What?
had a bruise from the bedside table. I forget.
I am full on crying, and I don't have my
Oops.
blankie.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I'm a disaster. Oh, that was so funny. But why are you picking at your butt? What are
I'm
you
not.
doing?
I was not picking my butt. The wire was in between my toes.
Oh my god. Tripping up again.
Excuse me
Oh, good
for
lord.
that.
Oh. But no, I was thinking to myself, like, to get back to on a serious note, I was thinking to myself the
God.
other day, I was like, why do people find it funny when they mess something up or someone stumbles, they get hurt, they lose something? Why is another person's pain or misery or sadness, why is that funny to some people? You know? And the other thing, I just saw another video. I think people smashing other people's faces into cakes is
Oh,
the
never,
most
never,
diabolically, disgustingly
That-
immature, horrendous thing that you can do.
Hot
I said that
take.
really weird.
I don't like when they do the cake smash at weddings.
No.
I don't like that.
It beyond tacky, beyond just.
I
no.
just have so many questions about it because, okay, say I just got married and I just had this professional makeup done. What now? No, really.
makeup, hair, everything ruined. Your pictures are garbage. I'm sorry, but those are terrible
I just
pictures.
feel like it creates like a hostile interaction because now we're both fighting to smash cake in each other's faces. It's like, you just got married? Do you actually already hate each other?
I'm pretty sure that tradition of feeding each other was supposed to be symbolic of, caring for one another.
Sure.
And you're supposed to like loop your arms together. Or you're either
Well, that's
supposed to
kinda
feed
sweet.
the other person or you're supposed to loop your arms and feed yourself, because you're now walking through this life and you're progressing together, and it's supposed to be built on trust. You're supposed to go through life, as one nowadays, or now that you're married. And the fact that people are smashing, you're basically labeling your marriage
feels
as going,
disrespectful.
it is.
Yeah. I do have you seen recently where they are interlocking arms and then they pull apart and they've tied a knot. They're both holding. Have you seen this?
I'm obsessed with that. That was
think that's
actually
very
in
sweet.
Journey to Bethlehem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that whole,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
do that. I love
I
that.
think that's sweet.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me.
Literally tying the knot.
But I'm you know me, I'm not big into doing things that don't make sense. Like garter toss.
yeah.
Why are
I'm
we
sure
doing
there was
that?
some kind of tradition, but that's also why
Forget
I really
all of it. It's all
love,
too complicated. We're missing the point.
I love digging into the origins of different sayings. And
Mm-hmm.
I had been in the car with my one of four friends, and
3.5.
yeah, she's my half friend. Not half friend. You know what I mean? But we rarely hang out. I love her dearly, but just our schedules in life, I see her every 3 to 5 business years kind of thing. And she lives right here.
Business years.
But we're in the car together because we were driving down to my family vacation in the Outer Banks. And she was texting her boyfriend, who is my cousin. And he was like, well, where are you guys at? We gave her, the ETA. We gave him where we were. He was like, oh, you guys are really hauling the mail. And I'm like, obviously context clues. I know what he means. I know that we're making good time and we're getting there quickly. But I was
never
like,
heard that.
but I asked him, I was just like, well, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, it means you're going fast. I'm like, you idiot. I know the generic meaning that it goes going really fast. I meant hauling the mail. Why is that a saying? Where did that saying come from to
Did you look it
associate
up?
it with? We looked it up and there was no definitive answer. And it really bugged me. So if anybody knows, please comment below, because this is something I love, the origins of the full 9 yards.
I was just gonna say that one. I was just
Love
thinking
that.
about that before you came over.
Yeah, love the origins of
Yeah.
that. I love the origins of the word using okay.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye is
Do I know
supposed
about
to be
goodbye?
goodbye is kind of like the roll of the tongue because God be with you.
Oh yeah.
Goodbye. God be with you. Goodbye. So yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Does your mom say bye-bye when she gets off the phone? Bye-bye.
No, I usually I'm doing this. Love you. Bye. And hang up on her. That's how my conversations
Should've
usually went.
asked.
But also bless you. Telling someone bless you when you were sneezing. It was during the bubonic plague times or whatever.
Mm.
Not really, but if you sneeze, they thought of it as you were expelling the demons, and so they're like, oh, bless you, and so that the demons don't come back. So silly things like that. I like to know the origins of different sayings and everything. And so when I was hauling the mail, what does that mean?
Calling the mail.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if this is still technically true, But you know how you're supposed to yield to cop cars and fire trucks and everything, their lights are going, you're supposed to get over out of their way.
Yeah.
You are also supposed to do that for mail trucks. If they have like alarms or sirens or whatever, some mail trucks do have that. And it was, so I guess I heard that if a mail truck is going all crazy like that, you need to get out of the way because, you know, way back in the olden times before telephones or whatever, if there was an urgent message that needed to get to the president.
What for? What would that be now, though? What would be urgent now?
I'm not saying it is nowadays, but you know, before telephone, but you know, before there were other ways of communication that were much faster.
I love mail trucks because they look like they're always going fast because they're like kind of tilted in the back.
Are they?
Yeah, the back is like slanted forward, so it kind of looks like they're always like cartoonishly like. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I just don't think I've ever seen it or paid attention.
I think of it every time I look at one.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't get that. I don't get why people find other people's misery to be funny. I don't trust people who do that.
Like actual misery? No,
just like, you know, the inconvenience of something going wrong. Just, you dropped your cup or, you know, and that people find it fun. I was just like, but that's just not fun, you know? I'm trying to think of an example, but my brain is just kind of short-circuiting or whatever, but like... Or you spend all this time and you're making... Oh, that's the other thing. You have something in your hands and someone smacks it out of your hands. Why is that funny to you?
That's not funny to me.
That is so disrespectful. It is so stinking rude. You've ruined whatever they had in their hands. How is that enjoyable to some people? I don't get it. I don't get people.
Yeah.
But either way. Yeah. I have to finish my taxes.
Have your friend on the podcast if he wants.
Like I said, I've talked to him a grand total of 2 times.
Maybe
he doesn't even know I have a podcast.
What is he going to think?
I don't know. If you ever listen to this, I'm not going to say your name because, again, I don't have your permission. But, like,
sorry.
If you ever see this and you're not okay with this, I'm so sorry. Get over it. I'm kidding.
I was about to be like, we'll take it down.
I'm kidding.
No, we won't.
I said all good things.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. I mean, he's a great guy. So, one of the few people I actually, like, genuinely enjoyed talking to.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Rare to come by.
Yeah. So, he said he was good with being just friends, and so hopefully he was legitimate about that, and we can, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Thanks for listening.
We really got to get better at this send-off thing.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
Because I don't like to say, like, oh, go look at the YouTube video, go like and subscribe,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So what do we want to say? Let's give a word of advice.
Do your taxes.
Do your taxes and don't laugh at people's inconveniences.
Yeah. Be a decent person. Get better at conversations. Don't do the interview style thing.
Don't do interview style.
That's terrible.
Be interested in other people's interests.
Yeah.
Go watch Good Will Hunting.
No, actually, legitimately, do not shut down someone else's excitement for something. I love watching people be passionate about something. My aunt, she's really into succulents and propagation and everything. And just seeing her get excited about it, and she's pointing it out her plant. I don't know jack squat about plants. I have no interest in it. But I love seeing her so excited about it. And she's like, you got to look this up. And I'm like, okay, sure. And I'm looking up. I will participate with her. I will be excited for her if I can't be excited at least with her. Yeah. You know? Don't shut down someone else's passions or excitement or something. Be excited for them. You know? My joy comes from seeing other people so happy. You know? Yeah. And just don't shut people down, man. Especially moms. Don't shut your kid down.
Oh, especially that dynamic should be absolutely not the way that went.
Yeah.
Because you said, like, I'm sure that shut her down. I don't think that's fair, though. I think because she's your mom, I think she has a duty to be interested in your interests.
I don't think it's a one-way thing. I think it.
No, but
I think it goes both ways.
I do think she has a big responsibility.
But no, she did tell me she's watching an elephant. She's going to the zoo with she loves elephants. And she's going to the zoo with my aunt and cousin, a couple other people. And she signed up to wash an elephant. I was like, that's nice. She was like, do you want to come? I was like, oh, I would like to. But, you know, I got work. I can't travel 8 hours just to go to the zoo.
To wash an elephant?
I won't even get to see her wash an elephant,
you know,
probably.
I've always
it's
wanted
just
to
her.
milk a cow.
You've never milked a cow?
Never.
We're going to have to milk cows.
I've been asking for that for my birthday the past, I think, 3 years, maybe 4, to milk a cow.
It's not easy.
I just want to, it's just on my bucket list. I just want to do it so bad.
milk bucket list.
Yeah, the milk bucket list.
The milk bucket list. Yeah, it's
Wanna
not
milk a cow.
actually as easy. It's not just like it takes some finesse.
I would like to know
yeah.
more.
Well, there's plenty of cows around here. We can always just.
You can't just go up to a cow and milk one. Though.
No, we can go up to a farm and be like, hey.
Hey, I would love to milk a cow. It's my dying wish, and I'm dying. Can I milk it, please?
Don't yuck people's yums. Okay.
Don't yuck people's yums.
If you want to be weird
go milk
about
a
it.
cow.
And we will talk at you next week.
Bye-bye.